My wife insisted on being a surrogate for her sister. "It's my body, my choice," she said. I warned her it would destroy us. Now she's begging, but I'm done. Not my baby, not my problem. Here's how a steady marriage of 6 years got absolutely nuked by one terrible decision my wife thought I'd just accept. I'm Noah, 32. I'm an operations manager at a logistics company. I started on the warehouse floor and worked my way up. The job taught me one thing: accountability. You mess up a load, you own it. You fix it. I thought my wife, Rachel, shared those values. We had a good life: a suburban house, a paid-off car, and 3 amazing kids. Our daughter Emma and twin boys Jack and Lucas. We were a team. I paid the mortgage and the big bills. Her part-time income covered groceries and extras. It was a standard happy life, until last spring. Rachel's twin sister, Nicole, and her husband Brandon had been trying for kids for years. Failed IVF, the works. I felt bad for them, honestly, but I didn't know how bad it was until I came home from work one Thursday. Rachel was on the couch. She had this look on her face. Part nervous, part defiant. She said, "Nicole and Brandon asked me to be their surrogate, and I said yes." I stopped eating. "You said yes? To carrying another man's baby?" "Technically, it's their baby," she said. "I'm just the carrier. And before you freak out, I've already started the medical screenings." That was the gut punch. She hadn't just agreed to it. She was already doing it. "When were you planning to discuss this with me?" I asked. "This affects our whole family for 9 months." "It's my body, Noah. My choice," she replied. "Nicole is my twin. She's devastated. I'm going to help her whether you like it or not. The embryo transfer is April 15th. You're making a unilateral decision to bring a pregnancy into our home on our insurance without my input? That's betrayal, Rachel." "Stop being dramatic," she said. "It's 9 months. Then I hand the baby over. Simple." She walked away. She actually thought I was just being controlling. I couldn't sleep. The next day, I met my best friend, Tyler. He's the kind of guy who tells it like it is. When I told him she was already doing injections, he looked horrified. "Dude, you need to protect yourself legally," he said. "If she's making decisions this big without you, who knows what else she's signing?" Tyler was right. I called a divorce attorney named Angela. She told me to look for paper trails. If Rachel was doing this properly, there had to be contracts. That night, while Rachel was at her sister's planning a nursery, I dug through her desk. I found the surrogacy contract from the fertility clinic. It required spousal consent. I flipped to the signature page. There was Rachel's signature, and right next to it was mine. But I hadn't signed it. The loop on the H was backward. The slant was wrong. Rachel hadn't just ignored me. She had forged my signature on a legal document binding me financially to a child I never agreed to. That wasn't just betrayal. That was fraud. I took photos of everything and sent them to my lawyer. 2 weeks later, April 15th passed. The transfer happened. A few weeks after that, Rachel walked into the kitchen holding a positive pregnancy test, smiling like she'd won the lottery. "It worked," she announced. "I'm pregnant." "Good for you," I said. "That's it? No congratulations?" I pulled out my phone and held up the photo of the forged signature. "Congratulations on committing criminal fraud, Rachel. I know you faked my signature." Her face went ghost white. "I'm filing for divorce." "You can't leave me," she screamed. "I'm pregnant. What kind of man leaves his pregnant wife?" "Not my baby. Not my problem," I told her. "You made that very clear when you decided to do this without me." I moved her into the guest room and filed the papers the next day. I froze our joint accounts and opened new ones in my name. The reality check hit her fast. Rachel only made $25,000 a year. She couldn't afford our lifestyle without me. And it turned out, Nicole and Brandon were broke too. They'd spent their life savings on the IVF. They had no money to support Rachel during the pregnancy. Rachel started texting me, begging for money, for groceries and vitamins. I blocked her. 6 months in, I saw her at a custody exchange for our kids. She looked exhausted and desperate. Nicole was with her. "She's carrying my baby," Nicole yelled. "The least you could do is show some compassion." "I did exactly what you asked," I replied. "I stayed out of it. You wanted me gone so she could focus on you? Well, I'm gone." In court, Rachel's lawyer tried the sympathy card. Poor abandoned pregnant woman. The judge, a veteran named Patricia Morrison, wasn't having it. "Mrs. Harper," Judge Morrison asked, "did you forge your husband's signature on a legal contract?" "I was under stress," Rachel stammered. Stress does not justify fraud," the judge interrupted. "You spent marital funds without authorization and bound your husband to a contract he didn't see." The ruling was brutal. Divorce granted. I got primary custody. Rachel was ordered to repay $8,000 in marital funds she'd wasted on the clinic. And the judge ruled I had zero financial obligation to the surrogate baby. Rachel gave birth to a healthy girl in December. She handed the baby to Nicole and Brandon. It should have been a happy ending. It wasn't. Nicole and Brandon were drowning in debt. They expected Rachel to be a free nanny. When Rachel refused because she had to work to pay me back, the sisters stopped speaking. Last week, Rachel sent me an email begging to reconcile. She's broke, alone, and misses her life. I sent 2 sentences back. You made your choice. We're done. For more stories, like and follow NAD Narrates.